Hello and welcome to Hoosier Performance Engineering. This is a JPM Media and HoosierPE production. A journey to first stage rally. Starring DW Rally Team driver Brian Ballinger. And HoosierPE crew Ryan Procise, also known as RP. So now we're in the day two. How did it treat you? I saw a couple videos where supposedly there was a couple offs, but give us day two report.
Day two was crazy. Day two was 70% of the rally. I didn't realize this, that day two was going to be so much longer than the first day. So many stages. It was just amazing. The stages were really rough. Well, some of them, but it was such a wide array of different types of stages. I mean, you had wide open gravel roads, you had tight packed dirt through the forest, and you had loose, deep sand through spaces that were tight enough that branches are hitting both sides of the car when you're going through. I mean, it was just all over the place with the stages.
Yeah, you were going what mile per hour at a tunnel of trees that was how many car widths wide?
Yeah, I'd say on I think it was the second stage of the day, it was probably maybe 1.5 to 2 car widths. I think I topped out at 110 at one point, and that's one with trees both sides, lining the sides. I probably could have pushed it more, but first rally and my goal was to finish. Yep. And I didn't feel comfortable doing that, with my primary goal being to finish, because if I had messed that up, the slightest bit, 110 on the dirt by trees, you're going to ruin your rally car basically. Yeah. And I've invested too much blood, sweat, tears, money, everything else into this car to kill it on the first race. So yeah. I didn't push it 100% on those areas.
Yeah, it's in competition, you got to think, man, is everybody else just flying by, doing this perfectly, going all out? But it was crazy how many other people, told us they were, they felt that, have the feeling that they were going more conservative than you were on some parts. Yeah. So it's crazy to think, but
it's kind of an endurance. Not only how fast you can go, but how fast you can go without breaking something.
Yeah. So. And I think I saw the pace notes, 360 miles worth of rally driving, because you got the stages plus the racing.
And transit.
Yeah.
I want to say it was roughly 150-ish of just stage miles.
Wow. And it was how many stages? 15?
14, 15.
Something like that?
Yeah, they canceled 2 of them.
So there's a lot of seat time.
Still ended up being 2 hours of seat time.
Yeah, it was like an hour and 40-some, hour and 50-some minutes of seat time.
Yeah. And we were talking about your shirt with jumps and stuff. We know the corn-fed beast like jumps. There's the epic stop sign photo that rolls around. Any jumps in this rally that would have been?
Comparable.
There was a lot in the stage notes. I tried to not take the ones, especially the ones that had a caution before them. I want to say there was probably 2 or 3 in the stage notes that didn't have a caution, and I decided to take. But I can tell you, there was more jumps for us than that. Pretty much any time that stage notes said kinks, it was pretty much. It should have said, here's a bunch of little jumps, be careful, because that's all it was a bunch of little jumps. So there was numerous times when we got all 4 off the ground for sure.
Yeah, it was, he would come back saying, that's the wrong description for this thing. A kink means this back and forth real quick. In reality, he came back saying it was this instead, which completely upsets the car.
So now day 2's done. Anything break over the weekend? I mean, how'd the car hold up? How hard did you make your crew work on day 2?
Despite some close calls. Everything held up pretty well. We had some scares, especially on that last stage of the day. We got a little out of shape on one corner, and it may not look like it from the video, but we came within a few inches of clipping a tree with the driver's side rear. And then shortly after, I think that kind of threw me off. Shortly after, we hit some of those kinks in the notes, and I think I hit the mother of all kinks and went airborne as we're supposed to be turning. And I think it was a right 4, and the last thing I see is I'm headed straight off of the turn without turning, and a tree and sand just covers the windshield. So, you know, I just cranked the wheel to the right while it was in the air, and luckily when it landed, it dug in and snapped me back onto the road. And when I could see again, the tree was over there and not over here, so we were good to go. But immediately we both smelled a burning smell. You can hear us talk about it in the video, but you know, we just pressed on, watched the gauges, nothing happened, so we're guessing we just had some vegetation in the exhaust or, you know, something like that. But yeah, I think I was pretty easy on the crew. I don't think I broke anything. I was always worried about the suspension.
Yeah, you would come back every time saying, "Oh man, that was the hardest hits." You know, boom, boom, boom. You know, I feel like that just broke the front control arm off. You know, every time we would get it up in the air, pull off the wheels, everything looked solid. I mean, it was just amazing. And you know, once again, I can attribute that to prep work. I mean, we really saved ourselves from doing any emergency stuff there. And that's exactly what you got to do to survive these and be successful at them. So,
Afterthoughts from the event. I mean,
suspension. I need it.
Yes.
I know that I could have. That was one thing that I had to, you know, not push as hard on a lot of the stages, was just because this basically stock suspension just can't handle it. I mean,
yeah, and you're running
bottoming out over and over.
AGXs, right?
Yeah, AGXs.
So it's basically a stock with a rebound adjustment.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And how many have you bent now?
Well, in the last year, 2. I think 3 total.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really need to that's probably going to be the next investment. But afterthoughts on the rest of the rally, man, it was an amazing experience. I still can't believe it happened. Can't believe it's over. It went so quick now. Ready for the next one.
Yeah, when are we expecting to see the DW Rally Machine of colors? I mean, I think that was some of the stuff I saw on Facebook, was the yellow roll cage and the red bars, the orange HoosierPE racing harnesses, the hood and the force. You know, it was funny to hear people talking about it in the commentary on Facebook. You know, wow, how many other colors are we going to put on this car?
Yeah, Google Harlequin VW Golf.
No.
So yeah, next stage rally is that I plan on attending for sure is going to be the Black River stages.
And that's where?
It's in New York. I think it's Harrisville, New York. It's another NASA Rally Sport event. Should be a really good time. It's in September, and we'll be there. Before that, SCCA Rallycross this month. I'll be at the Great Lakes National Challenge, Divisional National Challenge up in Michigan, and August I'll be out west at the SCCA National Championships. I think it's August 7th-ish, somewhere around there. So we've got some 2 big SCCA races coming up, and then NASA in September.
Indiana Rallycross coming up too.
Oh, Indiana Rallycross. Honestly, I can't remember their schedule off the top of my head, but I'm sure I'll be at 1 or 2 of those before then too. Yep.
Well, that's great. We appreciate, Brian, everything that you do. I mean, you do a lot of hard work for Hoosier Performance Engineering, all your sponsors. You plug them when you can. It's great. We try to plug all your stuff. So all these videos that you have out there, we make sure that people that can find it can get to it. Do you have any last words? I return the floor to you. I mean, this is primarily a spotlight on your journey and how you got there and why you got there. Any last thoughts you want to give?
Yeah, I'm sure I've forgotten a bazillion people to thank. I mean, that's the biggest thing right now is just thanks everybody for everything, all the help, all the donations, all the, time, everything. I mean, the help getting me here to this first rally has just been overwhelming, and I still can't believe how many people stepped up and helped with whatever they could just to get me there.
Yeah, Brian being such a good friend to everybody is really just paid off for him. I mean, it's nuts how the community around us, believes in him. I'm serious. I mean, it might sound corny, but the people I talk to, it's true. So. Yeah,
and that's a cool thing about a lot of motorsports, and rally in particular. It's a large network locally and nationally where we all come together and help, whether it's a ride somewhere or thousands of dollars.
You think there's a reason why they call it rally?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, guys, this is the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can stop by facebook.com DW Rally Team to see what he's doing next, what the next fun stuff is. He talked about the suspension, Hoosier Performance Engineering. We are working on some Subaru stuff. That's the main reason why we talk about that at the end. RP is going to be working a lot in that. We're going to be working with Brian and RP a lot, trying to get some stuff dialed in. So you can see exciting stuff about that at HoosierPE.com. And then make sure you do stop by his Facebook page and click all these links that are on this car. I mean, all these products that he's displaying on this car, these are important people that got him into a journey, and those are important people to be involved with. You got to get in those links. Stop by their Facebook page, like them, give them some love, see what they're doing. All right, guys, thanks for all of it. And I don't know, we'll get some sound clips of this doing a little bit of pop, 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 pop.
That's the best part.
And the mosquitoes, I think, have taken all of our blood.
I'll smoke them out.
All right, bye.